Are you going places or left behind without a travel companion? Listen to how you can travel more independently. Dr. Mary Travelbest will bring you the best tips and her travel mistakes so you can benefit.
Welcome to Dr. Mary Travelbest's episode for Independent Travel, Taiwan 2021. What's on your bucket list? I'll help you get there. I'll respond to your questions as well as share my lessons learned, and I've made just about every mistake so you don't have to. In this episode, the FAQ is, what kind of women travel the world? The destination is Taiwan 2021. The lesson learned is, shop at the end of your trip, not at the start. And the tip is, paper money and coins from foreign countries make good memories and can be shared. So for the FAQ, what kinds of women see the world today as independent travelers? The answer? You'll find that millions of women are traveling the world independently today and will do so tomorrow after COVID has ended. These women are confident, streetwise, and willing to learn more. Women who were influenced by their mothers travel more frequently. That's why I highly encourage mother-daughter travel whenever possible and realistic. My friends around the world remind me that the current lockdown on travel is not permanent. So this is a good time to think about independent travel, which is what my book in 1993 was all about. And the new one will be too. Today's independent destination is Taiwan 2021. So if you're thinking about visiting Taiwan, here are some suggestions for things to do. First is that COVID outbreak has been very minimal in this nation. You will need to quarantine for 2 weeks, and they are very strict on this in Taiwan. Taiwan is also called the Republic of China. They don't expect the country to fully open the borders for a long time and to be fully open until 2024. Now, as of late January 2021, there have been fewer than 700 reported cases of COVID and a handful of deaths. Once you arrive in Taiwan and after you quarantine, you can visit the Taiwan universities, including National Chengchi University near the Taipei Zoo. Many people in Taiwan will want to speak to you to practice their English. Being at the universities will inspire learning for you and the locals you meet also. I went to Yalu Geopark near Keelung City and to the seashore on my first visit to Taiwan in 1988. The rocks there were unique, washed by years of ocean exposure. It reminded me of a tree forest, except the statues were coming out of the rocks, not land. These were rocks themselves. Another memorable area is the Turoko National Park on the east coast of Taiwan, where the gorge is a treasure to hike and explore on foot. Another slice of life is on the west side, the Zhuhui Fish Harbor near Taoyuan City, just a drive or train from Taipei. You will see some unusual kinds of fish and shellfish for sale right from the boats. It's free to walk around the fish market, and you'll be glad you saw it. Most airplane traffic to Taipei and Taiwan as well arrives in Taoyuan City, so you may want to stay here instead of Taipei for a slower pace. Hot pot dinners are a Taiwan treat. We put our own food in a hot pot and cooked it ourselves. Many years ago, in the streets at night, I watched people drinking snake and turtle blood, and I was not tempted to try that myself. So plan for what you want to do, what you want to see before you arrive, if you can. The National Palace is worth seeing in Taipei. One small thing that impressed me was an olive pit, as small as my pinky fingernail, that was carved into a boat with doors. It also had people, a poem, and detail. Something as small as a pit can become a work of art. The best artifacts from mainland China are here in Taiwan at the National Palace, and most of these items arrived in 1948 with those people who left the mainland country for a better life. There is much to see on this island. I have lots of friends who've been living in Taipei for more than 2 years, and I've been twice there. My son and my other daughter have been to visit, as well as a daughter who lives there. Now, my son traveled to Kaohsiung City, where he met his friend, and he said that the train travel there was very easy, even without speaking the language. This city rarely has American visitors, so he was treated in many respectful ways. I plan to return to this beautiful island when I'm able to do so and it's safe to travel abroad. When I return, I plan to visit the Lambai and Green Islands in the south part of Taiwan, where I've heard it's just delightful. So now for today's lesson learned. Don't purchase souvenirs on the first day of your trip. I mistakenly bought souvenirs at the beginning of my trip, and I had to drag them everywhere I went. That was a mistake. So try to shop on your final days if you can, so you can get the most value from your purchases and you won't be carrying them around with you for long. Now for today's travel advice. Paper money and coins make good memories. So collect some coins and paper money on your journey. One of the things that I will most remember about a country is the currency. Sometimes it's beautiful, and other times it's a memory. Even if it's just a few dollars, you may want to give this as a gift to someone you love. It shows that you thought of them and want to share some of the culture and economics of the country with them. Today, I want to bring meaning to your travel. I'm looking for you to travel best. So go ahead, let me know what's on your bucket list.
What's on your travel bucket list? Tell the doctor and her team of women who travel the world seeking the very best. Dr. Travelbest, that is.